Welcome to the Naija Filmmaker. This is a podcast designed for us to talk about Nigerian filmmakers, their films, and how we can build a diverse and functional industry. I'm your host, Selegot. On this episode, my guest is Susan Pwajok. She's an actress and brand influencer. She has starred in various movies and TV shows, which includes popular TV series The Johnsons. In 2017, she was nominated for Best Actress in a Comedy Series at the AMVCA. We talk about how she convinced her mom to allow her to act, how she handles school and acting, and her plans for the future. If you are a new listener, you're welcome and I hope you enjoy. Hi Susan, welcome to the Naija Filmmaker.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm very fine, thank you. It's a rainy day, but we move regardless.
Okay. Can you tell me how you started acting?
Well, apparently I picked up the hobby in nursery school at the age of 3, and my teacher had told my mom to not stop my shine and to take me for auditions and try to make me become an actress. And mommy actually listened to what she was saying because she took me for auditions. I got rejected so many times, but I went for Africa Magic audition in about 2012 thereabouts, and I was casted for a film called The Night Raid, which was my first ever film, and it was an Africa Magic film. So yeah, that's how I started acting.
So how was this first acting experience for you?
Well, I can't remember it, to be honest. I can't remember it. The only thing I could remember was that I cried once or twice because I don't think I was exactly getting what the director was saying. And I was quite young, so it was like, oh my God, this uncle is shouting at me. But then at the end of the day, when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, that's me. Okay, that's me. So it was a vibe regardless. Then I was so excited. I remember going back to school telling my friends, oh my God, I'm going to be on TV. Yeah, so it was nice. It was cool because it was actually something I really wanted to do.
So apart from acting, what else do you do? Do you sing? Do you dance? What else?
I influence. I'm an influencer. So apart from acting, I influence and I'm a student and I also model from time to time. So yeah, it's a bit of all of that.
How different is child acting from different sets that you've been on? How do you think you're treated differently?
So I don't know. I feel like child acting is actually very hard, especially if you're on a set that has older people and you're the child, because then they treat you like a child. You have to give respect. Sometimes you're shouted at and sometimes they don't understand the emotions that you're feeling, and it's not oh, this person is being rude or this person is doing a tantrum, and it's just I am a child, I'm allowed to feel like this. And
yeah,
most of the times when they're doing big adult jokes and you don't get it and you're there, you're just okay, this is weird. Yeah, and they just treat you so differently because they're always just I leave this one, she's still underage. This one, she's still a small girl. And it's I'm not a small girl. Can you not? I get that I'm a small girl, but then while acting, this is acting. It's not about I am a small girl. It's about acting. So yeah, let's just do what we're here to do and dip. Don't be saying I'm a small girl. So that's my main thing. That's my main issue. People that are always saying, she's still a small girl. But then I'm not. I'm acting. Just allow me to do my acting and then let's leave. And another problem is in this our industry, there are not really enough child roles. There are a lot of adult films and adult movies, and you hardly ever see a child my age or a child that's in their teens. They don't really make stories based on children or teenagers. It's an adult dominated industry. So yeah, there are not really that many movies in Nigeria for teenagers to actually sit down and watch and relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is for films and media in general to be reflective of society? So you have a lot of children, you have a lot of teenagers, but there's hardly any content being made for their consumption. How important do you think this is?
I feel like the industry needs to start making movies for teenagers, because right now nobody watches TV anymore. Like teenagers my age, we don't really watch TV. It's all about phones and like Netflix. And these Netflix shows that we watch are teenage-based shows, actually. Like if you search for the most watched shows, you see that like they're teenage-based shows.
Yeah.
But then in Nigeria, there's nothing like that. And we're streaming like movies that other people, other countries have done, when our industry can also make movies that are in our children our age could relate to. So I feel like it's really important for the industry to start making movies that teenagers can relate to, because teenagers watch things and like learn from things. So like that actually helps. So like if there's something for teenagers and like it's good, they'll sit down and watch it, and like it's going to bring money and people would actually learn from it.
Okay, so how do you balance acting and school?
Hey, that's like, hey, I feel like it's tough. It is hard. Oh my God. I don't even know how to, it's hard because you have teachers that don't understand your struggle. You have teachers that will keep on bringing you down and keep on like stating that you are never in school. How do you want to pass? You have teachers that will tell you to drop out. You have teachers that will just don't want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
I have teachers that wouldn't even allow me submit assignments after it's due because I wasn't there. But then at the end of the day, it's just like school is actually something I really want to finish. And sometimes I have to like fight with these teachers to actually help. And I feel like Doen, because I go to Doen, I feel like Doen is actually a really calm school, because my mom and like my people I act with have an agreement with Doen. So when I miss school, I have to go back to the teachers with like a slip to tell them why I miss school before they can actually answer me. So yeah, it's really tough. Actually, the fact that learning for different people is quite different. I'm one that learns more when I'm in school.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to read notes and keep it in my head. I like learning up front. I don't like reading, for me is not it. So sometimes it's really challenging. And sometimes I just had to take a break from the whole acting and influencing to just like stick to school, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to pass school. Like nobody wants to be a failure. So
yeah, that's true. So have you ever had any experience where there are provisions made by the production for you to have a teacher on set?
Yeah, at first when I had started the Johnsons, I had like a lesson teacher for like an hour on set, because I used to go to set early from school. Like school usually closes by 3, but I used to leave school by like 12.
Okay.
And that became a problem for my mom. So she had spoken to like the producers of the show to get me a lesson teacher for the first 2 years, because I was in like just 1.
Yeah.
So she felt like I really needed that teaching. But now I'm a big girl. I can do it. My mom is really strict on the whole, I want you to pass school with school first and not acting. Remember that school is your priority. So I just have to, make sure I actually passed well.
Yeah. In this, your journey as an actress, what would you say are some of the challenges you have faced?
People not understanding that I'm meant to grow. That's like my biggest challenge right now. Because one of the shows that put me out there was the Johnsons, and I grew on the Johnsons. I started Johnsons when I was in primary 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I mean, right now we're in 2020. So like the fact that like I now post pictures and people are like, oh my God, the Johnsons have been deceiving us. This cannot be blessing. And I have some people telling me, oh, don't you think you're growing too fast? And I'm like, but then I'm growing. Like, people don't want to accept the fact that I am turning a new age every year. They expect me to still be the same blessing that is 12. But right now, I'm Susan, and people don't want to separate Blessing and Susan. That's like, people are finding it really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm Susan. I am a teenager. Blessing is like 16. So like, people don't understand that I have my blessing life and I have my personal life, and it's becoming really tough for me because I had to now start explaining myself every time I get a DM as to why I'm now acting like this and why I'm trying to act like a big girl in quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How different are you from Blessing?
I don't think Blessing and I share any similarities because she's very okay. Maybe one, we're talkatives. Okay, I like talking a lot. She likes talking a lot. But apart from that, nothing. She's like a daddy's girl. She's a snitch. She's up about everybody's business. I like my space. I like myself. Yeah, vibes and all of that. I'm very to myself. And we don't even dress alike. She dresses in a very, I don't even know. I think Blessing is still in like 2012, but I think she's still in 2012.
Yeah.
And I dressed I dressed how I feel. So it's like I dressed on my mood and how I want to look. And she doesn't, she's still in 2012
Yeah.
or more. So yeah, I don't think we have any similarities.
How do you approach different types of projects?
I feel like if you're an actor, you should be able to like switch because you're playing characters and it's not yourself. So what my mom always does is she asks for the script firsthand. I go through the script and then I start like character. Like I read the character Bible and I start trying to like form my own character and form how I want to act and how I vision myself in it and how I want to be portrayed and how I want people to see me. So it's more like I build the character and like I train myself to enter the character. Sometimes I start acting like the character. Like for a while, I started acting like Blessing, but like I had to shift. I had to learn how to balance Blessing and Susan because I can remember when I used to act like Blessing and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. A lot of directors are apprehensive about working with child actors because they are very unpredictable, and in more structured industries, there's a stipulated amount of time that they're allowed to be on set. What would you want directors to know about working with child actors?
Patience. That's one thing that I feel like directors should understand because the same thing you can say to a child is not the same thing you can say to an adult. Like they will take it two different ways because children are more vulnerable and like they take things seriously. And directors don't really understand that because I've been on a set where I've been shouted at and insulted just to make me cry for a scene. And I feel like it would have come. Like I was already trying to cry. I didn't need the director to insult me for me to cry.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. Like patience, just give the child time. Obviously, what an adult can do is not the same thing a child can do. Like we're not the same age. Like you can't expect me to take things the way the other person takes it. And it destabilized me for like the whole day because I kept on remembering the insults for the whole day.
Yeah.
And for all the scenes I had shot. And I feel like if they just learn that patience, okay, we're working with a child, there's some certain things we can't like do or say to this child because like it's going to affect them, then like that's the only thing as far as I'm concerned is patience.
Okay. Is there any other thing you think they can do? Is there any other thing you think directors can do leading up to the project to ensure that the child actor is on the same page with them?
I feel like the director and the child should have a meeting or two before production starts in order for the child to like have met the director and the director explaining things to the child so the child becomes comfortable and understands before set. Because sometimes when like I remember I never used to have meetings with directors before production, and when I got on set I was always very shy and I had anxiety.
Yeah.
And like I would always be nervous, but I feel like the meeting, then the child be like, okay, I can trust this man or this lady, and like on set it will be like the child be comfortable and it'll flow. Because I mean, when you have a relationship with somebody, when a child has a relationship with somebody and like the child is a bit scared and the person comes to talk to them, they have like reassurance and they're calm and comfortable because at least they know somebody there. And like the person is like helping and putting them through. So yeah, I feel like that's something that like needs to start happening.
Do you have any tips for regular crew members?
Side talks, they should be professional and stop all the side talks, because sometimes like you don't know what somebody's going through, you don't know how people take things. And like I've been on sets where they will bring day players and like the crew members are already making them already feel bad about themselves by laughing because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And I feel like that just brings low self-esteem because you're not exactly comfortable with the set, and then you come and then the crew members are already making banters about you, and it's just already bringing down your esteem. So I feel like they should just be more professional and stop all the side talks.
I'm sure you get a lot of DMs from your age mates, asking a lot of questions about acting. And I guess one recurring question is, how do I convince my parents to allow me to do this? What would you tell them?
To be honest, I feel like I've gotten DMs like that, and like they're always telling, when I tell them my advice, they always say, but I have an African parent. And like one thing like children my age need to realize is that no matter what, our parents still want the best for us. Nobody's parents wants them to be a failure. So if you're showing them that you want to be this, you want to be an actress, you want to be a model, you want to be in the entertainment industry, you don't only have to tell them that you have to show them how it will benefit, what you can get from it, how like it's going to change your life. You're going to have to convince them. It's not just telling them, it's convincing them also. And I feel like parents really wouldn't have a problem. They start to have a problem when what you're doing is making you be a rebel. That's what their problem is. They don't want you to start like being in the entertainment industry and then you becoming a rebel. Because most African parents feel like if you're in the entertainment industry, you're wayward, you're a rebel. But like, to be honest, it's more about like your character and like what you actually want for yourself and how you and your parents understand each other. So yeah, if you just tell your parents and show them how hard you really want to do it, because I think I started telling my mom at a really young age that I wanted to be an actress, but she only started taking me seriously when like I started doing drama in school. When her friends would come over, I would act 2 roles for them. I'll come on one side, I'll act like one part, I'll go on the other side and act the other part. And she was watching Tinsel one day and they put like audition for like children, and I was like, oh my god, mommy, please, I want to go. And till date, she told me that she just like took me because like she was tired of me like always saying I want to act, and she didn't actually take me because she thought they were going to pick me. But once she saw that like that was actually something I wanted to do, then she was ready to actually help me and ready to like be with me and support me. So yes.
Okay, I can see that you have worked on a number of projects, from Tinsel to The Johnsons to Keeping Lucy to Desperate Housewives Africa.
Yeah.
You also got nominated for Best Actress in a Comedy Series at the 2017 AMVCA.
To be honest, I was so excited. I really wanted to win so bad. And they put me like with all these very good actresses. Like till date, they put... Can you imagine them putting me with Kate Henshaw, Shola Shubowale? Like, to date, it still shocks me how, like, I was there. I was in the same category as Kate Henshaw, Shola Shubowale. Wow. Like, to date, I'm like, I did that. I did that at a very young age. Because back then, I was 13. I did that. Actually, I was 14. But I did that.
Yeah.
It still shocks me. I feel blessed.
What kind of projects do you want to work on?
Teenage movies, teenage high school things, more teenage things, just teenage things, or like stories that like have to do with like emotions. Like I want to cry. I want to yell. Like those type of films really actually make me happy. I did one of recent. It was like a YouTube series. It was called Survive, and I was so excited doing that because like I was showing emotion, and those type of movies just make me really happy. So yeah.
See, I've been on this journey for a long time, and I guess you're getting to that point where you're going to cross this divide from a child actor to a regular actor.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited, and what are you looking forward to?
Yes, I am very excited. I am excited because then there are more adult roles, meaning now I can actually finally start like acting more because there'll be like roles that I can finally play because I am an adult. So yeah, that's actually what I'm looking forward to, acting more.
Do you have anything to add?
Well, I don't know. I would just say like, if you know that you want to do something, no matter what, you should keep pushing, because at the end of the day, people that really actually care about you and love you would always want to see you up there. They would always want you to be successful. Nobody wants somebody they love or care about to be a failure. Like, you have to just keep trying no matter what, because obviously the bigger you get, more things are thrown at you. The bigger you get, dirt is added to your name. But just keep pushing. So yeah, just keep pushing, because last now vibes still, regardless, all of that, vibes and all of that.
Yeah. Okay, so in a number of years or months, you're going to be applying to university, you're going to get into university. Are you planning to do something related to film or drama? What are your plans?
Yes. My first option is theater arts and my second is communication and media. Yes, so those are my two options, because I really just want to be in the entertainment industry. And like that's been something I've been so sure about, like what I want to do since just 3. I've been saying I'm going to school to do theater arts or communication and media. It's one of the two.
We've been talking about when we'll finally work together. I can't wait to work with you and see how that turns out. I mean, our industry is growing. For you, what do you think you'd like to see in the Nigerian film industry?
I've said it. More children acting, more child roles, more like opportunities for people, for children my age, because there's a lot of talent wasting.
Yeah. How can people find you?
My Instagram, I have Instagram, Twitter. So if you need me, my emails are there, because my management replies emails faster, because DMs are just everywhere. But emails are replied. Yes.
And what's your handle on Instagram and Twitter?
My handle on Twitter is Pwajok_Susan, and my Instagram is Susan Pwajok. Yes.
So thanks, Susan, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have come to the end of this episode. Please remember to leave a rating and a review. You can send in your questions and feedback on social media. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @SelegoFilm, and the podcast also on Instagram and Twitter at the Naija Film Pod. See you on the next episode. Have a good one.